Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So my name's Sharon and my channel is living on a part-time income because that's what I am currently doing at the moment. And my channel talks about things that I've thrifted at the charity shops, things that I buy on Vinted, my grocery shopping from Marks and Spencer's, Aldi's or Lidl's. I talk about days out. So if this is the kind of thing that may interest you, I'd love it if you would continue watching my channel, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing as well. So welcome back if you have already visited me before, and today's vlog is about my food cupboard review. So I thought I would do a video on that because it's been about 3 or 4 months since I did my last update of my food cupboard, and it's good to have a look, and I'm pleased I did because you do tend to forget about things that are in the cupboard, and especially things that are out of date as well. So without further ado, I'm going to go on now to my quarterly food store cupboard review. So I'll see you in a little while. Hi guys, so I thought I would do today's video on what's in my food store cupboard. The last time I did this was about 3 months ago, and I was very remiss because I obviously didn't check everything that was out of date, but we'll come to that. So I thought I would have a look through my food store cupboard just to kind of see where I'm at with bits. And we'll start over this side. So as you can see, I've got a couple of bags of pasta. I've got some Marks and Spencer's shaped pasta there. And then I've got some penne pasta. This is a big bag over here. And then I've got half a bag of basmati rice. So that will be on my shopping list, I'm sure, in the next couple of weeks to get some more. And then if you've seen my previous vlog, then you know that I'm into couscous now. So I decanted the box that I bought, was it last week or the week before? I got some, and a kilogram was £1.49, so I've put that into my pot. Then I've got some more pasta, got some macaroni, and then I've got a couple of cans of fruit. Now it just goes to show that I did really need to do this, because on my last shopping trips I've been looking out for pineapple slices or pineapple chunks, more so when I've been in Lidl's and they haven't had them. And if they had, I would have bought them, and I really should have checked the cupboard. So I'm really pleased that I've done this, because that's one item that I definitely don't need to get. And then coming forward to the front, as you can see, I've got a can of tuna. I've got a can of mackerel fillets in spring water, sardines in tomato sauce, and smoked herring fillets. And these have got a really long shelf life. These are 27, 28. Then in the background, I've got a can of Campbell's mushroom soup. This condensed one I got mainly to maybe do as a pasta sauce with some ham. I think I'm going to do that this week because I have actually got some ham in the fridge that needs using up. So yeah, I think that will be an ideal dish to do. Ham and mushroom pasta sauce with pasta. And then I've got another can of mushroom soup there, which is just to have as soup. Then next to that, I've got a can of custard, which has been in there months, but is still in date. And then I got this in Marks and Spencer's last month or the month before, Mexican style chili and bean soup, which is really nice. Then moving on to my staples now, I've got some red kidney beans and I've got some black beans. So again, good shelf life left on these. And then I've also got a can of butter beans, and that one at the back is also butter beans. Then I've got chickpeas, which I use in curries. I've got green lentils again, which I use in curries. And then I've got these 2 cans of the pomodorini cherry tomatoes, which I really do like. And again, I put these in a curry or pasta. And then at the front, I've got a can of sweet corn. And then I've got a can of baked beans and a can of spaghetti. So I do try my best not to buy more than 2 cans of anything now. Now I am by myself. It just really makes sense not to. And as you can see, I haven't got a lot of space in the cupboard. This is the only food cupboard that I've got, apart from my spices one. But to keep tins in, it's this particular cupboard. Moving on to the lower shelf. So in front, I've got a green pesto, a red pesto, and another red pesto. I really need to start getting going with eating some more pasta dishes, I think. Then over the back here, I've got 3 stirring pasta sauces. And then I've got a jar of Heinz, which is roasted garlic. And then next to that, I've got a carton of tomato passata. Yeah, I think I definitely really need to get going with making pasta. I definitely don't need any pasta sauces anytime soon. Then this was from last week, the Tilda Cajun jambalaya rice. And then I've got a bottle of brown sauce and I've got a bottle of mayonnaise for when I run out. And then I've got Aldi's version of Marmite there. And I've got a jar of smooth peanut butter for when I do fancy some. Then over here, I've got 4 sauces and a seasoning. I've had these sauces for quite a while actually. They aren't out of date, but they do need to be used fairly imminently. We've got sweet and sour stir fry. I've got a teriyaki stir fry, and I've got a sweet chili and garlic. So nice flavours. And then this one that I bought last week was the hot honey seasoning mix to go with the pork belly slices. And as you can see in the background, I've got some Maggi noodles, which I do like for a lunch with a couple of boiled eggs, either for at work or at home. So yeah, I would say that my food cupboard is quite plentiful. Very happy with what I've got in there. There's nothing really I need to top up on. Maybe rice, but now I've got couscous. I'm not in such a rush to get some more rice, but it will go on the shopping list, I'm sure, over the next few weeks. Now, I did say that I had been a bit remiss when I did my last cupboard check. I just didn't check the dates, I think, because coming to the bottom here, this is what I've checked. And there's 5 items here and 4 of them are out of date. Well, nearly. So the whole wheat fusilli, that actually went out of date July 2025, and we're just into August. I could use it, but I've got so much pasta already that I need to get through, so I'm just going to bin it. Then this tortiglione I bought only a couple of weeks ago because I thought I wanted to see what it was like compared to the fresh pasta from Marks and Spencer's. I used half a packet last week and I can't say that I really like it very much. It was just hard, and I had cooked it for the adequate time that was on the back of the packet. There was a couple that was softer, but it just didn't have a nice texture to it. I don't know, I just wasn't keen, and I thought as it was dried pasta I could keep the remaining in the cupboard, but when I looked on the back of the packet just now before I started the video, it says you needed to have kept it in the fridge for up to 3 days after opening. Well, I opened that last week, beginning of last week I think, so yeah, I'm not keeping hold of it, it can go in the bin. I've got some Japanese style noodles from when my son lived at home. These are out of date. I knew I had them in the cupboard the last time I did my cupboard video, but I assumed they were in date. Like I assumed also that this Mayflower curry sauce mix was also in date, but that's well out of date. And then we got a Christmas pudding, and that's well out of date as well. I thought that they lasted for ages, but no, it's out of date, so that has to go in the bin. So yeah, 5 items there that are bound for the bin. Lots of pasta sauces to be getting on with, and sauces for meat or fish. Plenty of pasta and couscous, and plenty of tins. So yeah, that cupboard review was needed, especially for me to get rid of this out of date things, but also to assess what I do really want and need moving forward. I'm really happy that I've got pineapple slices because I do love pineapple. And yeah, so thanks for watching this vlog. Has this inspired you maybe to do a cupboard review of what you've got? It is surprising, things that you think are possibly still in date really aren't. So I do recommend having a look, especially towards the back of your cupboards as well, and seeing what is still there, and it gives you a really good idea of to what you do still need to buy moving forward. So yeah, happy with that, and I'll see you in a while. So I hope that's inspired you maybe to go through your food store cupboards. And as a single person, like I said, I just try now not to buy any more than 2 of everything, because I'm finding that I'm not even getting through things on a weekly or even 2 weekly basis. Maybe I will more in winter with things like the lentils and the chickpeas, because obviously things like curries are a fairly comfort food, aren't they? But yeah, I'd be interested to know, as a single person, how much do you keep in your store cupboard? Do you tend to buy more than 2 items of the same stuff to store? Are you a bit of a hoarder, or do you just buy 1 item and then just refresh it when you go shopping? Please let me know in the comments, because it's really interesting to see and hear how other people, you know, keep and store and stock their items. I'd love to know. So this week I am back at work. Work resumes now. So yeah, I'm back into a routine of being back at work. I did have a nice weekend, and Sunday myself and my friend, we had afternoon tea with my other friend. It was a surprise for her that was sorted out by her family, and we had a really amazing time. There's a picture here of what was on offer at the afternoon tea. Oh yeah, it was absolutely delicious. Sandwiches, cake, and the obligatory scones with clotted cream and jam, and unlimited tea, which was really, really nice. And one tea that I did try actually, which I think I will look out for in the supermarket, was lemongrass and ginger. I've had lemon and ginger of tea bags and also having it naturally, but lemongrass and ginger was a new one for me, and I really did enjoy it. So I think I might well see if I can get a box of that from somewhere. So yeah, I was off on Monday as well, and my friends visited and we had lovely fish and chips. I've got a really lovely fish and chip shop near me, and they do lunchtime specials of fish and chips and a side. I had mushy peas and a can of drink for $7.99, and it was a nice long piece of fish as well. So yeah, that was a nice day to end my holiday, and yeah, and then I was back at work Tuesday. So, and I'll also be working the weekend as well. Well, I don't mind, you know, it's nice just to get back into a routine when you've been on holiday. So I'm going to wrap up the video here. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have enjoyed my channel, I would really love it if you'll consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. So take care and see you again. Bye guys.